Welcome to the Maura Sweeney Podcast. Maura is an international speaker and the trademark ambassador of happiness with a passion for personal responsibility. She weaves insightful questions with personal stories to challenge your mindsets and empower your best and happiest self from the inside out. Here's Maura with today's podcast for you.
Are you willing to be a light? Are you personally willing to lighten, brighten, lift up, and display the candle that you are, perhaps in the midst of darkness? I was thinking this morning about all the news circulating, not only here in the States, but in so many countries around the world that are dealing with this virus known as COVID-19. And I was following all the news reports, as I do, from left to right to alternate on both ends, and sometimes to the most extreme. I go to sources, I go everywhere, as I've been wont to do for probably the most of my life, or at least I had access to sources. But this morning, I thought of something when I looked at a quote from Edith Wharton, who asked the very same question: will you be a light, or will you be a candle, or just the reflection of someone else's? And it hit me. How much of our lives do we go through? We're looking outwardly. We're looking for someone else to be a light. We're looking for someone else to lead us. We can oftentimes forget we are a light. We can be a light. We can turn on and live according to our own light. But it's very interesting during times of, I would say, uncertainty, where people really don't know what's happening, where they're not quite too sure, or more importantly, when things around us do not operate in familiar fashion. It's a time for us to question, what do we know? How much do we know? Have we been looking at things the correct way? Have we known all that we need to know? Have we taken on certain mindsets that may or may not be true, or maybe some of which are only partly true? Maybe some of us are thinking, whoa, have I been asleep? I want you to think today not so much about what's going on outside, but I want you to heed my words, and that is to be a light. Do you realize that so much of the world, and over the course of time and history, has gone through significant change? Some changes bigger than others, some issues more challenging than others. Change is something that exists here in this world. And yet, people during some of the most challenging times have actually emerged as bright lights, as those that reminded others of good things, that lifted others up by their very own presence, by their brilliance, by their hope, by their stature, by their wisdom and words, by their deeds, by everything that they exude. How about this one? Some by their strength. You today can continue to worry and to watch and to wonder about what else is going on in the world. But I want to encourage you to be the light that you are. I want you to think about all that you are, all that you have, all that you can bring forth during the days, the hours, the moments that come ahead, that you can be your own light that can help restore and remind others to be their own light too. I'd like to speak about this time that we're in with this coronavirus, and with the potential conversation about maybe upsets in communications for the next couple of days or weeks. I don't know if it's going to happen, and most likely neither do you. But I want you to consider from now this day and this hour to simply be a light. Simply be a light. What might happen when we think the world goes dark with all the social media that we think we need, and instead we choose to, each one of us, be the light, the bright, and the city on the hill that reminds others that they too are lights. I wish you well. I hope you share this, and I hope you remember you are a light.
For more insights on living happy from the inside out, subscribe to this podcast. To learn more about Maura, visit her MauraForYou.com website, where you'll find videos, blogs, books, and the Foundations of Happiness self-study e-course. Maura, 4, letter U.com, where Maura is always for you.